morning, Justin, Equine Edge. Good day of racing here at Gulfstream Park and good racing in Santa Anita. Happy Memorial Day weekend. It's been a week. Baseball, it's all-star time. Kids, Red West Dodgers. We're at 13 wins and playoffs are 2-0. So it's been busy for baseball, but I wanted to jump on. I thought you had a good bet here in race 3. Race 1 about to go. It looks like about 7 minutes to post. And Oli and I will be on later for Stretch Run. That's at 3:15 Eastern. So late Gulfstream. You got the Coast to Coast and you got late Santa Anita Park. We'll be showing both those. So catch us in a bit. But if you're playing early, I thought the early pick 5 was a little bit tough. A buddy of mine chatted. We both agreed on the single. I think Mom's Martini is probably single of the sequence. I think you can daily double out of this race. I think you can play a pick 3. If you want to play the pick 4 and pick 5, you can. I thought the first 2 races were kind of fairly wide open. I didn't trust I like some prices in both races, and I didn't necessarily trust the chalk. So, but I thought that Mom's Martini was the likely single of the early sequence. I mean, isn't for a tag, but here's the thing. Starter optional claim is a good race. I'd play the super here too, so we'll talk about that. But I key her on top. She won well last 2 back in 54 there back in March on the Tapeta, and then faced much tougher last out on the turf, but ran well, went 8.5, and now gets back onto the Tapeta, drops a couple points in SOR from that last out 58 into a 56. So, I know there's some talk on Beckett's map. I think this horse has a shot underneath for me, not on top. It is obviously Delgado and Zai. It's never easy to come back and win off a maiden win. I thought the 3 had a big look underneath, and the 5 and the 7 and 8 you can see there. So I like the super here as well, but on top, I thought Mom's Martini, and if you're an EE user, you can see my analysis here, gets back, and Carlos David is absolutely on fire at the Royal Palm meet, 14 for 49, only 1 win behind Safi Joseph, and he's just, I think Mom's Martini finds a great spot. I think you can daily double too, but before we get there, I thought you could also play a super here. I think the 3 at a price and the 5, I think both of those horses has a big shot. You could play the try as well. I didn't necessarily, I think the 2 can run a good race. Again, I didn't really like Great Sashi, and, I think the 8 can run an okay race. But I thought with Keen, Mom's Martini, and I think we're going to get 2-1. So I like that price as well. I think the 7 will take some money and the 2 will take some money. So that was kind of my thoughts early. And again, I thought you could daily double also with Mom's Martini into the 6 and 8 in Sheila's Mission as well as Misprint. So you might get some good value there on the daily double. And we'll be on the stretch run. I'm going to leave you with just the first few races here. Just a couple bets for me that I thought you might get, you can get that 2 to maybe 6-1. I think the super, I think can pay. And again, or you cut it down to a try, however you want to play it. But good luck. And we'll see you in a bit. We'll be live on the stretch run in about 2.5 hours. Chat soon.